As we heard at the end of the last chapter, the sound of my implementation of Freeverb is dreadful, so I need to find out what's going on here. I think unfortunately my problem goes back to here. These were the read-write figures that I was getting when testing PSRAM in my revision 2 hardware, and I was getting these bytes per second rates. Now if we I felt those were pretty good, but if we look at these and take an average, so this is that's 6.7 million bytes per second, but then of course I'm using 32-bit words, so I've got to divide that by 4, and that gives me a 1.6 million samples per second, and I need to look at how that compares to what I need to achieve to implement the Freeverb algorithm. So going back to Freeverb, remember we've got the 8 comb filters and the 4 all-pass filters, so that's 12 filters per channel, because this is left and it's duplicated for the right channel. So we've got 12 times 2 for the channels, and then we've got a read and a write per filter, so times 2 again is 48, and then we're actually doing this 48,000 times a second, so times 48,000 is 2.3 million read-write operations per second is what I need in order to be able to implement the Freeverb algorithm. And remember, we're not getting that many. So clearly it's not going to work. I need to read and write 2.3 million samples a second. I can only actually read and write 1.6. So my PSRAM isn't up to the job. But I should be able to trim down the number of comb filters and the number of all-pass filters, and see if I can get it to at least run in some shape or form. So I'm going to try that. The first thing I'm going to do is drop the number of comb filters and the number of all-pass filters by a bit. Then when I'm processing incoming samples, I'm still taking the left and right channels and creating an average, so at least I've got something coming in on both channels. But then I've stubbed out the right channel from both the comb filter and the all-pass filter path, and I've just mixed the left channels back into the left and right output, so at least I've got something coming out of both channels. So we need to see what that sounds like. So as before, if I turn the algorithm switch from position D to position E, I'm getting a reverb. I'm not getting a terribly good reverb. It's much better than it was. I'm not getting the distortion that I was getting before. I'm getting some amount of room size and feedback. I mean, I've probably heard worse, but it's probably not as good as the full implementation of the Freeverb algorithm.